Testes. Testes. This thing on. What's up, party people? I think most of you guys should probably know me. I've been around the block once or twice. But unfortunately, well, I wouldn't say that. Unfortunately, I'm not there. But fortunately, I am at home because I'm taking care of my wife. We're about to have our son here any day. And that requires me to stay home on daddy duty. But at any rate, you guys are all here for a reason, so without any further ado, let's get to roasting fucking Nick and talking shit about him, because it's fun, and that's what today's about, right? So I remember going to Nick's house back in the day, some funny shit. You know, it was always a good time at Nick's house, and with a good time, there's usually alcohol associated with having fun. So Nick's house is, you know, no exception to this rule. I remember going over there, and he had this hot tub in the backyard, and it was kind of fun, but you know, going in there in your sober state of mind, you kind of know that this should probably be avoided, especially if you don't have swim trunks or you know you're just not prepared to get wet. You know what are you gonna do going home? At any rate, there's a million reasons why it's a bad idea. But you go to Nick's house and you have a couple beers. You know, a couple beers turns to 5, turns to 6. Someone else brings it back up. You know, hey, let's go in the hot tub, guys. You know, this is at 5, 6 beers, you still probably have enough judgment about yourself to say, you know, no, I'm good. This is probably not the best idea. Let's come back to it later. You know, whatever. Just blow it off. Hope it goes away. Well, as you guys know, Nick's house, 5 beers turns into 10, 13. God knows how many beers, and that's when judgment goes right out the window. So 10 to 13 beers, someone brings it back up, and the next thing you know, woo-hoo! Clothes off, you're in your skivvies, you jump, you go out to the back of the hot tub to jump in. Well, from my experience, it's by the time you get out back, you know, I'd usually try to lay off initially when going to Nick's house, but by the time you get out back, you would realize that there's 7 people already in a 5-person hot tub. And by the time you actually make the decision to go in there, at least in my case, judgment is gone, so fuck it. Why not make it 8, right? Who's it gonna hurt? Now, I remember actually getting into this hot tub and getting down to the level of where just about your genitals are just touching the water, and that's the full commit line. Like, there's no going back. You can't hop out. Like, you're in it to win it. Well, anyways, you get past that point of no return, so to say, and you dip in. That's when you start to realize there is an essence about the hot tub. You know, the closer your face gets to the water, the more you really start to understand that this is serious fucking business. And for those of you who have been to Nick's hot tub, I'm sure you can recall the smell pretty well. It's somewhere between the armpit of a 50-year-old morbidly obese man and that of a gym sock and some rotten tuna. At any rate, this is the point where you really normally, and at least in my case again, you realize that this is not probably a fucking good idea. But you don't want to panic everyone else. You're not sure if they're okay with the smell, if they just haven't smelled it yet, what's going on, but you know, self-preservation kicks in and you realize you don't want to freak everyone out and mention this. So what I normally would do was just try to get out of the hot tub as quickly as possible without saying very much. And that's when, you know, if guys, you've been there too, you probably experienced this, you get out and you put your feet down on ground, and that's when you realize that not only are you in this funky, filthy, feet-smelling hot tub covered in water, freezing cold, smelling like the privates of the last 150 people that visited Nick Watt's house, that you are now surrounded in a minefield of fossilized dog shit. And I remember taking my lighter, shivering, cowering from the smell of my own self now that I've dipped myself into this funky foot, vagina, butthole stew, holding my lighter down to the ground and realizing that it's not just one fossilized dog shit, but hundreds and hundreds of dog shits as far as the eye can see surrounding this place, like a minefield that had been laid 3 times over itself. And having to hop back, hoping not to step or even cut my foot on a sharpened piece of frozen, nasty, filthy, petrified dog shit. But yeah, enough about that. Those are good times. Regardless how nasty it was, you know, I'm not saying it wasn't fucking fun, because you guys fucking know it was. At any rate, Nick might not put yard work, #1, on his priority list. But we love his funky feet, hot tub smelling ass anyways. And, you know, that's what's up. So, guys, this is to you guys. And Nick, motherfucker, my brother, this is definitely to you. Cheers, bitches. get you a pool.